morning, Joolse here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So welcome everybody, welcome all my new subscribers, welcome all the ones that have been with me from the start and throughout my journey. So I've been working on some tags. These are preps, and we've got this one. I'm not going to do all of them in this video, but these are the ones that we will be doing over the next couple of weeks. This one's an interactive one, so you pull this and there we have a little bumblebee. You can have anything you want on there, so it will go with any theme. Push that back up and there's little pockets there, and then we've got a little shabby chic what I call a ruffle. It's got like little ripped paper ruffle pocket edges, and it's got a little doily pocket for tags and bits and pieces, and some paper roses that are quite easy to make out of strips. So this is the one that we're going to be working on today. We're going to do this mechanism. Whoops, I should have used a bit harder card for this part, but I haven't. Not like me. I'm looking for my ruler. So this tag is 6 by 3. The mechanism is 2 3/4 by 4.5. Then you can make it bigger. This mechanism is something that you can make cards. You can make it a little bit bigger and make it a card, you know, if you still do card making. It's something that I used to do with my cards, and I used to do the push me pull you, so when you pull this one out, there's another one comes out that side as well. I might do that on one of the tags. It's just that I think all these tags are quite nice. I'm working on my bee journal, so these are all going to go in the bee journal. As you can see, we've got tags with flowers, stamps and everything, little pockets, little tickets and things like that. So we're going to start. So first of all, now I can't remember where I got this from, but it's a mixture of sort of like colour combination papers, and it has some card in it. So we're going to use the card. Now this card is 8 1/4 inches in length. So what I want to do is I want to keep it the 8 1/4 inches, and I want to cut it 4 inches across there. Oops. So there we have 4 inches. Now what I do want to do is I want to score 1/2 inch in there and 1/2 inch at that side. Because it's card, I can use the scoring board on the trimmer, but because of this I can't go right to the edge. So what I do is I just match the edge with one of the score lines, and these all go in 1/4 inches. So score it 1/2 inch down there. It's easy for me to work on this side, so score 1/2 inch down there. And I'm also going to score at 3.5 inches. Now remember, this is the mechanism. So this is part of it. Now, so we've got 4 inches by 8 1/4, and then we've got it scored in 1/2 inch at that side, 1/2 inch at that side, and 3.5 inches down. Now the long bit, this bit, we're going to cut off, but what I do need is I want it about 1/16 of an inch. I'm going to work from the top. I want it about a 6" in. So I'm just moving that 1/16 of an inch away from that. And I'm just going to come in there a little bit and score just up to that line. And I'm going to do the same at this side. And just score. That's a little bit too much, but never mind. And what I need to do is I need to cut down the 1/16 of an inch score to the fold line. If you work in centimetres, it's about 2 millimeters. And then cut that off. And cut that off. Then we just want to miter it in. We're just mitering it in to this fold. We're not mitering it in right to there. So again, just to the fold. This is going to get folded over, so that's fine. And we'll keep them there. And this is the first part of your mechanism. Like that. If you want to, you can do it that way, because we're going to cover that part anyway. So I think that's what we'll do. And I'm just burnishing it all down. And then that will fit on a tag. So this will need to be a little bit, well, you can have a 3.5 inch tag, whichever. So now the fold that goes in, because this is 8 1/4, we need another piece of card that's going to sit. See how that one doesn't quite reach? So you need it a little bit smaller. I'm going to put this over here, otherwise it's going to get in my way. So this is 2 1/2, so we need, no, this is 2 3/4. So we need it at 2 1/2, so we need a strip at 2 1/2 by, say, 7 1/2. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to get some more card out, so I'll be 2 seconds. Okay, that's me back, and I've got a piece of card that's 7 1/2 by 2 1/2. Now what we want to do is we need a mountain fold here, but I'm just going to mark it. So right, so at 2 1/2 we fold it, sorry, score it. Then at 3, then at 3 1/2. So I've scored it at 2 1/2, 3 and 3 1/2. And what we do is we burnish that down like that, and burnish that down like that. And burnish that one down like that. So these need to be really burnished. So this is your your mechanism. And then what we do is we fold, we stick that together and then comes away. But if you use glue with it, you're fine. And you can see I've got seepage because I used a lot of glue. And again. Now I've used the same card, it's a light card, but what I've done is I've backed it onto some, I've not got a lot of thick card with me, so I've backed it onto a thinner card. And there we are. So that goes like that, and then you've got that. And at this point, if you want to round the corners, probably now is a good idea. So I'm just rounding the corners. And the same with this. And what I will do is I'll round it. Oh, it has done it. I like to have these rounded as well. And you can cut that off. You don't need those little sticky bits. Now what we need is we need some cellophane. And I need, right, okay. Taking a piece of double-sided sticky tape. I'm going to, I don't have any thin stuff. If I'd had the thin stuff, I would have used it. But what I need to do is I need to cut that in half and just keep it to one side. Now what we need is we need a piece that's 2.5 by 2.5, and my trimmer, I found out the other day, doesn't like cellophane. So what now what we need to do is I'm going to use that end because that's still got the pen end on. And what you do is you take the very end of this and stick it right up to the edge of that. Okay. And turn it round and do the same. It has to be on the same side. Right up to the very edge. There we are. And this is going to be our working mechanism. And then you take the shorter end, you fold it over. Where's my little pin, my little pokey tool? Peel that off, and then we put that right up to the edge of that. Like that. And what I will do is I will work out I'll do a template and I'll put it as a freebie on my Ko-fi site with all the measurements on, so that you can either download it and keep it on your files so you can see it, or you can download it if you've got a printer, print it off, and then you can cut it out and use it as a template. So now we've got that, what we need to do is we need to fold that back there and put it there, and just so we can see that. And this, then we sit that in the middle, we turn that over, just unflap them like that, and we pull this down. In fact, we don't have it, we have it like that. So keep that bit out. Keep that in the middle, so the edges either side of your mechanism, and then pull it until you can see just the very edge. And then what you do is right, now I've got a little bit of this tape sticking out, and that could hinder, because you don't want any tape sticking out, because you don't want it to, the tape just needs to stick to the top side. So I'm just going to turn that over, I'm just curling it over. So make sure that this is in the middle of this, so that you've got a border, the same border, and then press it down like that, and then that's stuck on that. So we can put that one back up like that. We can and glue that one down. And there we have the start of our mechanism. And when you pull it like that, and I like the crispy sound of the cellophane. So it is quite easy. Once you've done it once or twice, it is easy. I mean, I used to do them a little bit bigger than this, because I used to put them on the fronts of cards, or I used to make cards with them. Now what we need to do is we need to cover this with bee paste. One, oh, yeah. I'm going to use this one because I want it a border around, because we've got a border there. I want to carry on with that theme of having a border. So what I'm going to do is just mark that with a pencil. So I'm just going to trim that down, and that should sit nicely on there. Yep. But we want to round off the corners, because the top corners are rounded off. So we need it to match. Perfect. And what and I'm just going to ink this. And what we need now is we need a tag. Okay, so my tag's going to be, normally I would do a tag about 3 inches. This is 3.5. And Again, I'm going to go with the theme of the border, but it is graph paper, so what I'll do is I'll put it on the other side. We can leave the graph paper on that because it's a journal space anyway, and we do use graph paper, so it's easy to write on. Now I'm just going to trim it. And what I am going to do is, before I do anything else, I'm going to do my tag. But no, I'm going to do my tag, I'm going to round the corners. In fact, I'm going to round all the corners. And then we're going to do the same with this, and it'll give the same. Okay, and I'm going to ink round this. Okay. And we'll just stick that down. There we have it. Now what we want to do is we want to put the little picture inside, so we want some I think what I might do is I might use some book page, I'm not sure. Or I could use some of this. Okay, so again, with the border theme. And again, because the corners down there are rounded. Okay. And this would be nice with photos, as long as your photo's not really bigger than that. You know, you could put a nice photograph. You could do anything with it. You could do wedding stationery. Right, I'm going to go with that one first. Take the corners off. And then just take okay, and I'm just going to ink around the edge of this. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. What have I got in my little bead bits? I think that might be 2. Right, I'm just gonna putting that along there. I'm just going to stick that down, so let me put my finger where I want the, so I don't want any glue above where. Now really that shouldn't be past that, and it is a little bit over, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it in and see if it hinders it at all. And it's not. Okay. Just going to burnish that down a bit. Push it back in. And that's it. And I think we'll have, I've got a little vellum bee here. So yeah, we'll have a little vellum bee. Now I've not covered it in glue, I've just put a tiny little bit of glue. And I've got a little saying here, it says just keep going, because that's what bees do. They just keep going and going and going. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, you could put photographs, you could put little messages, you could put all sorts in the little pop-up. It always looks nice. Okay. Then we can put that on there. And usually if you receive something that's handmade, you tend to keep it. I think my mum's kept every birthday card, Mother's Day card, Christmas card that I've ever made her. So that's going back a long, long time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little, tab on there. I've got a craft card one. Yeah, I quite like that one. So, and we'll put a grommet in there. Just pull that down. And just put that roughly in the middle, and you can put a grommet on there if you want. So there we are. Oh, stick that down. So when you're looking at it, so when you're looking at your card, your tag, so you've got that there. And then you just push it. And the more you work it, the easier it is. And I want a bumblebee on the front. What we'll have is we'll have some of these. This seemed to go with that paper because I did them in the like the skin tone vellum. I did them for the transparency, the specimen tags. Your glue on, and what I'm going to do is, these were fussy cuts that I cut out on my scan and cut, and I'm just going to cut them okay. I wish I could cut out that fast. And where's my oops. Okay, that's me. I'm back. My husband's just brought me a cup of tea in. And we're just going to stick the bumblebee down. And we'll stick him down there. Do we want any of these on? Got a little one that's cut here, so yep. And we'll trim that a little bit off there. And I'm going to put a grommet in, so I will cut the camera for this, speed it up and slow it and quieten it down because it is noisy. And we're going to put a copper one in, so again it's my eyelet setter. And then you put your grommet in, turn it over, and you put a bubble one in, and that fits in the edge of the grommet. Hadn't quite. And I want a little bit of ribbon. I want some yellow. No, it's a bit garish. And this is me being frugal with my ribbon, so I tie it before I cut it. That's that one, and I will put some, oh no, I've got a bit of hessian in that one. So I'll put my little eyelet bits away. Give me 2 seconds while I clear up. and we'll stick a label on that one. I know I put pockets in that one, but I've not put pockets in this one. What I need to do now is put, oh no, I did it. I thought I hadn't put the wee pop-up gadget in. Okay, so that's our pop-up. As you can see, you can put something on the back. I haven't. And that's got the little cartoon bee on there. And push that one in. So I hope you get something out of this. As I say, I will do a template to put on my Ko-fi. It will be a freebie, and you can either print it off and use it as, well, download it and use it as reference, or you can print it off and use it as a template. It's entirely up to you. I know not everybody's got a printer, so I do appreciate that, and I try and work my way around so that I can sort of like do a bit for everybody. So as you all know, I do make too much ephemera to go in my journals. I've only made 2 of these. I might use 1 in the journal, I might use 2 in the journal. However, every now and again, I will tell you throughout the video, at the end of the video, leave a comment on that specific video. And if you leave a comment and you are a subscriber that I can see you are a subscriber, I put names into an electronic mechanism and pull them out, and I will let you know in the comments under the video that you are a winner. And if you send me your address, I will send you some ephemera that I've been making, because a lot of the times when I make these tags, I make 5 or 6 and I have too many left. So I've got a pile of ephemera that I'm not going to be able to use. So as a thank you, I will do giveaways, sort of like probably every month or twice a month, I don't know. Anyway, so watch out on the videos for me to say, leave a comment, and leave a comment, and you will be in with a chance of getting something. I still do my freebies on Ko-fi and my free digital ephemeras and bits and pieces. Again, that's a thank you, but I understand that not everybody likes digitals, not everybody has a printer, and this is why I'm doing this, to give everybody a chance. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.